In the heart of a dense and ancient forest, there stood a small, weathered hut. It wasn't much to look at. Its wooden walls were rough, its roof patched with leaves and straw, but it radiated a sense of peace and calm that made people stop and take notice. This was the Zen master's hut, a place known far and wide as a place far from the chaos of the world. Here, life was simple. That's it. Now you might wonder what's so special about this place. As we continue, I believe that you will be able to grasp the very important message, the wisdom that will help you be free from life's sufferings. The hut was surrounded by towering trees, their branches weaving together to form a natural canopy. Birds chirped melodiously in the mornings, while the soft rustle of leaves danced in the breeze. A small stream flowed nearby, its gentle burble adding to the harmony of the place. It was said that anyone who stepped foot near the hut felt their worries begin to fade, replaced by a quiet sense of stillness. Inside the hut, there was no sign of luxury or modern convenience. A simple mat lay in one corner, next to a small wooden table that held a single candle. The scent of fresh pine and the faint aroma of herbal tea filled the air. The walls were adorned with nothing but the marks of time, scratches, knots, and imperfections that told a story of resilience and patience. The Zen master, an elderly man with kind eyes and a serene demeanor, lived here. His life was as simple as the hut itself. He rose each day with the sun, his first task to sit quietly and watch the morning unfold. He often said that the sunrise was the world's way of reminding us to begin again. Each day is a new gift, he would tell his visitors. Breathe it in and let it teach you. Each morning, the master stepped outside, barefoot on the cool earth, and performed his daily rituals. First, he fetched water from the stream. The task, though simple, was treated with utmost care, as if it were a sacred act. He would pause to watch the ripples in the water, noticing how even the smallest pebble could create a wave. Next, he swept the area around the hut with an old handmade broom. To him, sweeping wasn't just about keeping things clean, it was a form of meditation. When you sweep, you clear not just the ground, but your mind as well, he would say. His movements were slow and deliberate, a reflection of his belief that rushing through life only leads to missed moments. Word of the Zen master's wisdom had spread far and wide, and many came to the hut seeking guidance. A young merchant arrived one day, exhausted and burdened by the pressures of his trade. "Master," he said, "I have everything I could ever want, yet I feel empty. Why is that?" The Zen master smiled and handed the merchant a cup of tea. The cup was simple, chipped along the edges, but the tea inside was warm and fragrant. "Drink," the master said. The merchant hesitated, focusing on the flaws of the cup rather than the tea itself. The master noticed this and gently explained, "You are like this cup. You focus on the imperfections and forget to savor the goodness within. True happiness isn't found in what we have, but in how we appreciate it." Another visitor, a farmer, came during a season of drought. He was frustrated by his failing crops and asked, "How can I find peace when everything is falling apart?" The Zen master led him outside and pointed to a tree shedding its leaves. "Even the strongest trees lose their leaves, but they don't despair. They trust that spring will come again. Learn from the tree, accept change, and trust the flow of life." As the seasons shifted, the life around the hut transformed. In spring, the forest burst into bloom, with vibrant flowers and buzzing bees. The Zen master welcomed the energy of new beginnings. He planted herbs and vegetables in a small garden by the hut, tending to them with care. In summer, the forest was alive with activity. Visitors came in greater numbers, seeking shade under the large trees and wisdom from the master. The master often spoke of balance, comparing life to the cycle of the sun. Just as the day needs both light and shadow, so does life require joy and challenge. Autumn brought a quieter beauty, as leaves turned golden and fell to the ground. The Zen master spent these months reflecting on the passing year, reminding his visitors that letting go is just as important as holding on. When we let go, we make room for new growth, he would say. Winter blanketed the forest in snow, and the hut seemed even more humble and inviting. The master embraced the stillness of the season, teaching that rest is a vital part of the cycle of life. Even the earth sleeps, he said, so why should we resist it? One day, a wealthy scholar visited the hut. He looked around, unimpressed by the simplicity of the place. "Master," he asked, "how can one find happiness in such a bare life?" The Zen master responded by placing a bowl of clear water in front of the scholar. He then stirred the water with a stick, making it murky. "When our lives are filled with distractions," he explained, "our minds become like this muddy water. But when we simplify and let things settle, clarity returns." As they watched, the sediment in the bowl sank to the bottom, and the water became clear again. The Zen master's teachings were not about grand gestures or dramatic transformations. They were about the small, meaningful changes that bring clarity and peace. He believed that life's true richness comes from being present in each moment, whether it's sipping tea, watching the sunrise, or simply breathing. The hut itself became a symbol of this philosophy. Its cracked walls and simple furnishings reminded visitors that perfection is not the goal. Instead, the beauty of life lies in its imperfections, in the quiet moments that often go unnoticed. As the years passed, the Zen master's wisdom lived on through those who visited the hut. People from all walks of life left with a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper appreciation for the simple joys around them. The hut, standing quietly in the forest, continues to inspire those who seek it, and in its simplicity, it holds a profound lesson. Were you able to grasp the important message? If you were able to grasp it, then share the message in the comment section to help those who need it the most in their life.